Today I'm going to work on a box. Here's 2 or 3 of the pieces of boxwood that I've got. From the ends they all looked pretty good, but a couple pieces have some flaws in them that I'm going to work around. This piece here's got like a bark inclusion in it, and this piece is pretty clean. A lot cleaner than my finger. I'm working on this bolt box. This is going to be the shaft part of the bolt, and the head is going to thread onto this part here. I got it set up in my Rose engine lathe, and I got it all indicated in. It's running pretty close, in 2 or 3 thousandths. The wood warped a little bit when I drilled it. I'm going to be using this thread chaser that I made to thread my box. The one end is going to get a double lead thread it'll be 8 threads per inch, but it'll measure the depth of a 16 pitch thread. And I'm going to be able to do that with the clicker plate that I made. It's got 4 notches that are 90 degrees apart from each other, so I can put it in one and then roll it around 180 degrees and cut the other thread, so the thread should turn out pretty good with it. This is the first time I've done it before, so it's all kind of an experiment. This thread chaser works by I'll move the touch up against it, and the headstock on my lathe is locked into place. I've got my wedges in here. This locks the headstock at a 90-degree angle, so it can't move. So when the touch is engaged, when you roll the spindle around, it'll feed the spindle forward slowly. It'll follow the thread. I'll show you that here in a second. When the touch is engaged in the thread, all you got to do is turn the spindle, and the spindle follows the touch. If you look over here, watch that gap, roll it back. I was kind of afraid this would happen. My motor and speed control is too fast. I'm going to have to make a smaller pulley. It kind of burnt the threads a little bit, but they don't look too bad. There's a double lead. There's one end right there, and halfway around there's another end, and they look spaced pretty good. I'm going to make a new pulley and shorten this up and give it another shot. Nice thing about having my own machine shop at home is if I want to fix something or modify something like this pulley, I can. Here I'm turning the outside off of this plastic. I used my sled to cut off this cookie. This will be the lid to my box. Well, I must have done something right. This is a double lead. You can see there's one start there and one start there, and it threads in by hand. Haha. Today I worked on my box a little bit. I relieved the threads on the male part, and I relieved the threads on the female part. And while it was still in the lathe, I in the Rose engine, I cut a decorations on the inside of the lid, and the relief lets the piece thread up tight. This is the box I've been working on. It's turned out of boxwood. It's made to look like not a bolt. Made a washer for it. The nut screws on and off. This one has a hidden compartment in it. If you look really close, you can see a tiny little gap there. If you unscrew this, it opens up. It's decorated on the inside of the lid, the outside of the lid, and the end of the bolt. It's all decorated on my Rose engine. This is a double lead thread. It's got one start there, and halfway around it's got another start that lets it screw on really fast.